Will the House please come to order? Devotional exercises this morning will be led by Kathy and Steve Light, who are musicians in Marshfield.
Thank you. We're going to be playing two short pieces, both named Kelly, by the blind Irish harper O'Carolan.
Please rise as Page Asa Lloyd of Montpelier leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have over 50 House bills for introduction this morning. Due to that number, member from Poultney, can you please offer us a motion to suspend our rules to introduce bills by number only?
Madam Speaker, I make a motion to suspend rules in order to introduce bills by number only.
The member from Poultney moves that we suspend our rules to introduce bills by number only. Are you ready for that question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have suspended our rules to introduce bills by number only. Please listen to the first reading of bills by number only.
H 379,
To the Committee on Judiciary,
H 380,
to Judiciary,
H 381,
to Judiciary,
H 382,
to the Committee on Government Operations and Military Affairs,
H 383,
Commerce and Economic Development,
H 384,
to the Committee on Education,
H 385,
Committee on Education,
H 386,
to Committee on Government Operations and Military Affairs,
H 387,
Committee on Environment and Energy,
H 388,
to the Committee on Government Operations and Military Affairs,
H 389,
to the Committee on Environment and Energy,
H 390,
to the Committee on Commerce and Economic Development,
H 391,
Committee on General and Housing,
H 392,
to the Committee on Human Services,
H 393,
to the Committee on Human Services,
H 394,
to the Committee on Government Operations and Military Affairs,
H 395,
Committee on Environment and Energy,
H 396,
Committee on Environment and Energy,
H 397,
the Committee on Healthcare,
H 398,
Committee on Healthcare,
H 399,
Committee on Judiciary,
H 400,
Committee on Judiciary,
H 401,
to the Committee on Judiciary,
H 402,
to the Committee on Human Services,
H 403,
to the Committee on Human Services,
H 404,
to the Committee on Education,
H 405,
to the Committee on Education,
H 406,
to the Committee on Healthcare,
H 407,
to the Committee on Judiciary,
H 408,
to the Committee on Corrections and Institutions,
H 409,
to the Committee on Education,
H 410,
to the Committee on Agriculture, Food Resiliency, and Forestry,
H 411,
to the, say it again. 411. As a committee bill, this bill is placed on the notice calendar on the next legislative day pursuant to House Rule 48.
H 412,
The Committee on Transportation,
H 413,
the Committee on Education,
H 414,
the Committee on Healthcare,
H 415,
the Committee on General and Housing,
H 416,
to the Committee on Education,
H 417,
to the Committee on Government Operations and Military Affairs,
H 418,
to the Committee on Government Operations and Military Affairs,
H 419,
to the Committee on Environment and Energy,
H 420,
to the Committee on Agriculture, Food Resiliency, and Forestry,
H 421,
to the Committee on Environment and Energy,
H 422,
to the Committee on Environment and Energy,
H 423,
to the Committee on Judiciary,
H 424,
to the Committee on Government Operations and Military Affairs,
H 425,
to the Committee on Human Services,
H 426,
to the Committee on Government Operations and Military Affairs,
H 427,
to the Committee on Human Services,
H 428,
to the Committee on Healthcare.
and H 429.
As a committee bill, this bill is placed on the notice calendar on the next legislative day pursuant to House Rule 48. We have a bill on the notice calendar requiring referral to a money committee pursuant to Rule 35A. House Bill 165 is an act relating to school food programs and universal school meals. Affecting the revenue of the state, the bill is referred to the Committee on Ways and Means. Members, we have received a request to read a House concurrent resolution that the House and Senate have adopted pursuant to the consent calendar. HCR 39 is a House concurrent resolution honoring former Waterbury Municipal Manager William Sheplick in recognition of his extraordinary public service career. Please listen to the reading of the resolution.
Whereas Bill Sheplick graduated as a political science major from the University of Massachusetts and earned a master's degree in public administration from Syracuse University. And whereas as Brighton town manager from 1982 to 1988, Bill Sheplick polished his already outstanding municipal administrative skills. And whereas in 1988, the town of Waterbury hired Bill Sheplick to serve as its municipal manager, a role he retained for a remarkable 34 years and 9 months. And whereas, although always shunning the limelight, his many supervisory accomplishments included improving the town's financial structure, major water-associated infrastructure improvements, and the complex merger of the town and village. And whereas twice the Waterbury Select Board and Village Trustees presented Bill Shepeluk with the Keith A. Wallace Memorial Community Service Award, and he was the town's first honorary firefighter. And whereas Bill Shepeluk served on the board of the Vermont League of Cities and Towns, or the League, as the organization's president and repeatedly as immediate past president. And he also sat on the board of the League's Health Trust, now known as VERB, and for approximately 3 decades was its president. And whereas the League honored him as Municipal Person of the Year and the Vermont Town and City Managers Association named him Municipal Manager of the Year, now therefore be it resolved by the Senate and House of Representatives that the General Assembly honors former Waterbury Municipal Manager William Shepeluk in recognition of his extraordinary public service career, and be it further resolved that the Secretary of State be directed to send a copy of this resolution to Bill Shepeluk and to the Waterbury Town Clerk.
Are there any announcements? Member from Worcester.
Madam Speaker, a week ago in the morning, as members may recall, I did a devotional. I sang a Yiddish song here from the podium. And afterwards, I thought I would let the members of the Yiddish band that I've been a member of for about 43 years, the Nishkeferla Klezmer Band, know that I had done that. So I sent them the link to the YouTube of that session and got a response back from 2 members of the band saying that they would be here doing the devotional this morning. So playing obviously a different kind of music. So Stephen Light and Kathy Light are people, friends I have known for a very long time. They obviously play a variety of different types of music and different instruments, and I would like the body to welcome them to the State House. Thank you.
Will the guests of the member from Worcester please rise and be recognized? Are there any other announcements? Member from Waterbury.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise today to ask us all to honor Bill Shepeluk, who is sitting up in the balcony today. Bill Shepeluk is just finishing a 40-year career as a town manager extraordinaire. He was with Waterbury for nearly 35 years, didn't quite hit the 35-year mark, but I just want to remark on the fact that we, luckily for Waterbury, we had a town manager that stayed with us for that long. And it becomes, he became an institution for us, and those of us who have been involved in public service with Waterbury and in Waterbury recognize that that kind of stability from a municipal manager. He managed not only Waterbury, the town of Waterbury, but the village of Waterbury as long as it existed, the Edward Farrar Utility District, which was created as a form of merger. He is as unprepossessing as those of us in this building have, are more microphone friendly and have a desire to be in the spotlight. Bill has always been uncomfortable with the focus on him, and so I'm happy that today we can focus a light on him today and his accomplishments, not only for the town of Waterbury and the village of Waterbury and the utility district, but also for all the municipalities in the state of Vermont who benefited from his work with the Vermont Leagues of Cities and Towns. His work with us through over the last 20 years that I've known Bill, not only with the reconstruction recently of Main Street, but also our rehabilitation after Tropical Storm Irene. Without his leadership, we would have been swimming in that muck for a lot longer than we were. So from my personal perspective, I'm honored to be able to introduce Bill. But before I do that, I'd like to yield the microphone to the other representative from Waterbury.
The member from Waterbury yields to the member from Waterbury.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd like just to speak a moment about our honored guest today, because Waterbury is a very different place today than it was 35 years ago when Bill and his family decided to land in Waterbury. And through that dedication to what a community could be and developing a community and understanding that town government is an essential part of community and how town government can lead the way towards a transformation, Bill really has been at the center of that. I worked with Bill extensively through Tropical Storm Irene, and right at the outset, Bill understood that the municipal government had many things to take care of, but it couldn't take care of the community members, the people who had lost their homes, whose homes have been devastated. And he knew right away that they needed a partner to be able to do that. And called upon Revitalizing Waterbury, who then created an organization that I headed up, Rebuild Waterbury. And through that partnership, we rebuilt homes in Waterbury, and Bill knew at the outset that that was going to be necessary. Never mind setting up a whole new municipal office, because of course the town offices were flooded and uninhabitable. So he needed to do that as well. And there really is no words to describe the immense amount of respect that I have for Bill. So I hope that you will join the other member from Waterbury and I and welcome them to the People's House. He and his wife Ingrid are seated in the balcony.
Will the guests from both members of Waterbury please rise to be recognized? Are there any other announcements? Member from Essex.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would like to welcome some guests that are in the balcony today, and they're also tabling in the card room. So in addition to welcoming them, please definitely go and visit them. So we have folks from the Serve, Learn, and Earn program here. We have, which represented by Vermont Works for Women, the Vermont Audubon, Resource, and Youth Conservation Corps. I think I'm remembering them all, but happy to have them here today.
Will the guests of the member from Essex please rise to be recognized? Are there any other announcements? Member from Winooski.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It is my honor to introduce my guest who is here in the gallery today. She is my dear sister, Mackenzie Smith, a Colchester sophomore who is a phenomenal advocate for LGBTQ rights and an even better sibling. Please, I ask the body to join me in welcoming her to the People's House.
Will the guest of the member from Winooski please rise to be recognized? Member from Berry City.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. There will be a rally for students against gun violence at the pavilion at noon today. Representative Alyssa Black will be speaking, and I invite you all to attend. Thank you.
Member from Waterbury.
Madam Speaker, we are delighted also to have a guest here today. Waterbury has been without a regularly functioning print newspaper for a while. It comes and goes, ebbs and flows, but today we are, I'm very happy to introduce Lisa Scalodi of Waterbury, who has managed to keep our community informed by a digital version of our local newspaper called the Waterbury Roundabout, and doing so with students from UVM and being able to pull it all off. Don't ask me how she does it, but she does. So please welcome Lisa Scalodi, who is seated in the balcony.
Will the guests from the member from Waterbury please rise to be recognized? Member from Essex.
Madam Speaker, Today is the last day of Black History Month, and I wanted to share some exciting news. On Saturday, February 26, my friend Nick Askew led the Howard University swim and dive team to make history by winning the 2023 men's swimming and diving title of the Northeast Conference in Geneva, Ohio. It is the first conference championship for Howard, a historically Black university with the only surviving swim and dive program at an HBCU in the US in 34 years. The Howard swim team is the only all-Black team in the US, including coaches and supporting staff, and strives to increase diversity in aquatics, which is a majority white sport. Only 1.5 of nearly 300,000 competitive swimmers in the US are Black, and Black swimmers account for just 2% of swimmers at a collegiate level. As a mother of Black competitive swimmer in Vermont, it means the world to me to have my child be able to look up to swimming champions that look like them. I am thrilled to be making this announcement on a day with several guests in our gallery, including my favorite person in the world, a competitive swimmer, a lover of books and all things anime, my child, Zara Garofano, and their friends, Maureen Mitchell and Eva Bolikowski. Please help me congratulate Coach Nick and the Howard swim team and dive team on this excellent achievement, and welcome my guests to the People's House today.
Will the guest and the family member of the member from Essex please rise to be recognized? Member from, I'm thinking,
Wolcott.
Wolcott.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Tomorrow kicks off March for Meals that celebrates 51 years that nutrition programs were added to the Older Americans Act. At the Older Vermonters Caucus, we will hear from the Vermont Association of Senior Centers and Meal Providers at noon in room 270 in the pavilion, and it will also be on Zoom. Thank you.
Member from Danville.
Madam Speaker, my two favorite people are here today. My sons, John and William, are seated in the balcony.
Will the guests and family members of the member from Danville please rise to be recognized? Are there any other announcements? Member from Bradford.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Could the People's House please help me welcome two sixth graders, Gracie McKinnon and Claire Zanstra, and the hardest working campaign staff members the state has seen. They are here on their school vacation to check out what it means to be a legislator.
The guests of the member from Bradford, please rise to be recognized. Are there any other announcements? Member from South Burlington.
Madam Speaker, I would also like to welcome my son Austin, who is in sixth grade and very excited to be here watching this whole process. He's in the balcony. Thank you.
Will the guest and the family member of the member from South Burlington please rise to be recognized? Member from Pulteney.
Madam Speaker, please join me in congratulating the senior member from Chittenden Grand Isle, as yesterday, Representative Morgan and his wife Lori celebrated their first year anniversary.
Congratulations, member. Are there any other announcements? Seeing none, orders of the day. We begin with House Bill 41, which is an act relating to referral of domestic and sexual violence cases to community justice centers. Please listen to the third reading of the bill.
H41, an act relating to referral of domestic and sexual violence cases to community justice centers.
The question is, shall the bill pass? Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have passed the bill. Next up is House Bill 305, which is an act relating to professions and occupations regulated by the Office of Professional Regulation. Please listen to the third reading of the bill.
H305, an act relating to professions and occupations regulated by the Office of Professional Regulation.
The question is, shall the bill pass? Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have passed the bill. The final bill on our action calendar today is House Bill 230, which is an act relating to implementing mechanisms to reduce suicide. Member from Essex.
Madam
Junction,
Speaker,
sorry.
I move that H230, implementing mechanisms to reduce suicide, be committed to the Committee on Judiciary.
The member from Essex Junction moves that House Bill 230 be committed to the Committee on Judiciary. Are you ready for that question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have committed H230 to the Committee on Judiciary. Members, that completes the orders of the day. Are there any announcements? Member from, I'll go to member from Poultney because I need to look yours up.
Madam Speaker, House Republicans will meet 15 minutes after adjournment in room 267 of the Pavilion.
Member from Manchester.
Madam Speaker, the House Democrats will caucus 15 minutes after the floor in the Pavilion Auditorium.
Member from Burlington.
Madam Speaker, House Progressives will caucus at noon in the Pavilion in room 270. Today, we'd like to be creative. We're entitling our caucus Labor Palooza. They talk about a number of labor bills. We'll have guests including the AFL-CIO, the Vermont Commission on Women, and the Vermont Human Rights Commission to look at the number of bills before us. Thank you. All are welcome.
Member from Williston.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. As many or all of us know, being here to do the work we love often takes us away from the people that we love. So I am particularly happy today to welcome my two kids and my niece, three of my great loves here to the People's House, joining the party in the balcony. I'd be happy to, thrilled if the House would recognize them.
Will the guest and family member of the member from Williston please rise to be recognized? Are there any other announcements? Member from Burlington.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, on Thursday, May 11th at 6 p.m., the Vermont Corporate Cup Challenge will be running its 40th time right here in Montpelier. And I think this House should represent. I think we can maybe take it down. I'm looking for 2 additional teammates at least. And if we have more than that, we can do teams of 3. I would welcome the House Clerk's office as well. Contact me and let's get our training started and show up.
Are there any other announcements? The chair has one announcement. Sorry. Oh, member from Morristown, sorry.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
the House could please help me in welcoming two very special guests to the House today. One of whom, as we know, we don't get staff in this very challenging job that we have, and there's lots to keep track of, and I'm fortunate enough to have two. One of whom is present in the House with us today, Sasha Lees, who is a student at CCV and will be graduating this semester. And then second, a very special human who has a shared experience with many of the other young humans in this building today, my daughter, Ayana, who is just one of the strongest, most resilient people I know, and I strive to be more like her every day. She is confident and strong and doesn't care what anyone else thinks. She's a good human and cares about her friends and other people, and I hope to be more like her as I continue to go on. Will the House please help me in welcoming my two guests to the House today?
Will the guest and family member of the member from Morristown, please rise to be recognized. Are there any other announcements? Do I miss anybody? If not, the chair has one announcement. This is a reminder that starting tomorrow, the House will convene earlier on Wednesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m. So I'll be asking the member from Poultney to make a motion to adjourn us until tomorrow at 1 p.m. Are there any other announcements? Seeing none, member from Poultney, can you please offer us a motion to adjourn until Wednesday, March 1st, 2023 at 1 p.m.?
Madam Speaker, I make a motion this body stand in adjournment until Wednesday, March 1st, 2023 at 1 p.m.
The member from Poultney moves that we adjourn until Wednesday, March 1st, 2023 at 1 p.m. Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and this body stands in adjournment until tomorrow at 1 p.m.